Hello and welcome to Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer, your host for the show, and we greatly appreciate you taking time to join us. We have got a great show lined up for you today, what I like to call the Big Four of the Metro New Orleans area. We've got Ben Johnson, who is the President and CEO of the New Orleans Chamber. Ben's going to be talking about successes in 2013 and what's going to drive the city forward in 2014. Jerry Bologna, who is the Executive Director for the Jefferson Parish Economic Development Commission, known as JEDCO, is going to join us today talking about the exciting business careers and opportunities that are taking place throughout Jefferson Parish. The growth is phenomenal, and you're going to hear why. Todd Murphy, the President and CEO of the Jefferson Chamber of Commerce, just has done an incredible job with the Jefferson Chamber. He's going to be talking about their successes in 2013 and what they see driving the Chamber forward in 2014 and why it's important to be a member of the Chamber and support the Chamber. And finally, Michael Hecht, who is the President and CEO of Greater New Orleans, Inc. You've seen Michael a lot on TV talking about the success in Metro New Orleans. And today we're going to be talking to Michael about what's driving that success and what we see as keeping that success going forward in 2014. Again, Steve Sawyer, you're watching Across Louisiana. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. We could not be any more thrilled than to have our next guest in the studio with us. Ben Johnson is the President and the CEO of the New Orleans Chamber. And Ben, I can't begin to tell you the pride that I have in what you have done with the Chamber, you and your staff. What a great year you've had. What a great year you are going to have going forward. Just congratulations is a small word for the success that you guys are having. So,
well, Steve, the great thing about it is it's the board of which you're a member, it's the Chairman's Council, and it's an alignment focused on all of our members. And it's just been 13 is our biggest year. 1,000 members we reached.
Incredible. That is incredible.
1,000 members showed up for the annual meeting. And we formed partnerships. So this entrepreneurs organization, they bring in a national speaker for us for our third quarter luncheon. The partnership with Life City, and it's about sustainability, and our interest is, can we commercialize that, create more small businesses and more jobs? Mm-hmm. And it's a great partnership. Monthly, we have seminars with them, we have drinks with them, they call it green drinks. Mm-hmm. But it's always educating the community about the opportunities and the business opportunities here in the city. And then for our members too, a great partnership was formed with the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses. They condensed down to an hour seminar, and those have become our monthly seminars for our members. So, as great as 13 was, we're building on that now as we launch into 14, and we just see it, we're looking to see, can we go to 1,200, 1,300 members? Nationally, we've been recognized as one of the fastest growing chambers, and we're in the top 10 in our category for retention of membership. So the board's excited that we're doing the right things, and the alignment here is just really laser focused. And the other great value we have that I appreciate at the Chamber is we reflect Orleans Parish. Mm-hmm. Gender, large, mid-size, small, ethnicity. Success for our chamber is our board, our staff, our membership reflects all the great businesses in Orleans. And we have great partnerships with the other chambers, GNO Inc., that there's just this new, 8 years after Katrina, we're in such a much better place, and it's a privilege to be able to work at this chamber.
Well, today's show, we've got people, we've got Jerry and Todd and Michael Hecht, and you kind of guys are the big four here of the region, and I think what you just said is what makes this work, is you're not competing with each other. It's all about the region, it's all about the area, and the thing I like so much about the New Orleans Chamber is it's made up of not only, when you think of New Orleans Chamber, you probably would think that, oh, it's the big companies in there. Well, that is true. There's also smaller companies, I think, that are the backbone of that chamber that are just, I know the people that I've had join just come back over and over again and say, thank you so much for recommending. It's just phenomenal for my business partnerships.
We're going to put you on television. I want to tell you this. 88% of our members are small businesses. Yeah. 50% of that are 5 staff members or less.
Incredible.
And that's the city right now. Entrepreneurship is just hot. So the opportunity here, I think, is to create these great events for members to meet members, that B2B they talk about it, in a great social setting.
Well, let me ask you before we run out of time, 2014, what do you see as 2014 shaping up for not only the chamber but the city?
I think the trend line we're on right now, the excitement, the wins that we've had are aligning us through our business alliance. NOLA Business Alliance created Prosperity NOLA. It's the first time the cities had an economic development plan.
Yeah.
So our focus is on their 5 clusters: the medical, the whole advanced manufacturing, oil and gas, IT, digital, and water management. And all of that revolves around STEM. So we're looking to get more involved in STEM in the elementary schools.
Well, Ben, we look forward to having you on in 2014 as much as possible. You know you're always welcome.
Well,
but
Steve,
again,
thank you.
Congratulations on just an outstanding job. You've made the business community of New Orleans. You put a lot of pride back in there where there needs to be some. So again, we just can't thank you enough for all you and your staff. You know, it's an ever-tiring job. They're telling me that I've got to go. We've got to go to a feature on the Second Harvest Food Bank. So take a look at this and stay with us. We'll be right back.
Second Harvest Food Bank distributes food to hungry people throughout South Louisiana. We serve about 263,000 individuals from the Texas state line to the Mississippi border across the 23 southern parishes of South Louisiana. Out of that, about 80,000 are children and 40,000 are seniors. And we also work with a lot of families that are working and just need a little extra help to make ends meet. During the summer, we do a breakfast and a lunch program and a snack program for summer camps. During the school year, we provide after-school tutorial programs, a supper meal to help the children. So these children are usually on free or reduced lunches, so they get their breakfast and their lunch through school, then they get their supper in the evening to help have that holistic nutritional component and that they need to learn. A lot more than a warehouse. It's a 200,000 square foot facility with 40,000 square feet of cooler and refrigerated space that helps us with all the perishable products that we get from our retail partners throughout the community for produce and perishable products. So we can store it and then distribute it out. Our other piece that we're proud of in this facility is the 8,500 square foot community kitchen. So it is a full production kitchen built to produce 2 million meals a year. And it's also a studio kitchen that we can use to do teaching classes, nutrition education, and teach people how to cook some of the product. We have a great volunteer department that goes out and works with schools and works with businesses and corporations to get people to come in and either work in our repack room or to hold food drives on behalf of Second Harvest. This last 12 months, we had over 50,000 hours of volunteer time here, which equates to about 24 full-time equivalent staff persons. If we didn't have the support of the personnel, of the volunteers, we would not have been able to do the work that we did. I think that people like working with our team. I have to say we've got a great repack staff team that make it fun. I think it's fun we use a conveyor belt. And so when the product comes down the conveyor belt, everybody talks about that I Love Lucy moment and trying to push the product, because we have to put down the conveyor belt and sort the product. Mixed vegetables, cereals, maybe grains, so that we can do mixed boxes of canned vegetables, cereals, grains for our agencies to order. So I think they have fun. We play music too, and I think they enjoy that. One day, this was a couple years back, a mother came in with her 6-year-old son who carried a beautiful shoebox that was decorated, and the front desk called me and asked me to come up. And this young boy told his mother that he had seen information about people being hungry, and for his birthday party, he wanted people to bring food, not gifts. So in he brought this shoebox that had money and bags of food that he brought in. And I was able to talk and interact with him, and it just really touched me that a 6, 7-year-old young man said, I want to make a difference. We greatly appreciate the partnership with Cox for the Football Food and Families food drives. Young people have a strong voice in issues of hunger. They may not have income, but they've got some time. They've got groups of friends. They can rally around the issue. They can get the community to come out and donate. They can come and give us their time. Unfortunately, the need continues to grow, but thankfully the community continues to grow to help us meet that need.
Welcome back to Across Louisiana. We've got a great guest in the studio today. Jerry Bologna is the Executive Director for the Jefferson Parish Economic Development Commission. And today's show is all about our chambers and our organizations that drive the Metro New Orleans community, with Ben Johnson and Jerry and Todd Murphy with the Jefferson Chamber and Michael Hecht with Greater New Orleans Inc. Just can't thank you enough, Jerry, for coming on the show. And like we were talking about with Ben, congratulations to JEDCO, because you've been there now for a little over 10 months. Right. Everything is sort of under the belt, so to speak, but phenomenal year for JEDCO. Congratulations to you and your staff. It's just been a great year. So talk about some of the successes for 2013 and where you see JEDCO going in 2014.
Sure. Well, thank you for having us here. 2013, by most metrics, was the most successful year JEDCO has ever had. In terms of economic development, a record-breaking year with some fabulous announcements. The Dino Nobel plant, $1 billion announcement. But I think what is best about 2013 was the diversity of the announcements that we enjoyed. Mm-hmm. Everything from retail, Oakwood Mall and Dick's Sporting Goods and those types mm-hmm. of announcements, to corporate headquarters like Smoothie King, to Dino Nobel, which was a major industrial project. So we had some victories across a diverse cross-section mm-hmm. of our economy, and we see that momentum really continuing into 2014. And
of course, you guys moved into your new office complex, and sure. What an area that is.
Sure. The Fairfield area, Churchill Business and Technology Park, where our office is located, really is the last frontier for the parish. And in 2014, that'll be certainly an area of focus. You have developments like NOLA Motorsports mm-hmm. out there, and the JEDCO Park, well. The Patrick Taylor Science and Technology Academy. And one of the things we're most excited about coming up on the horizon here is going to be the location of a Delgado Community College campus in Churchill Park, and mm-hmm. that'll be their River City campus, which focuses on all of the maritime-related trades.
That's incredible, Jerry.
Yeah.
And Churchill Park, that's out, it's out near the TPC golf course, kind of behind that, by the racetrack.
Yeah, it's proximate to the TPC golf course, the Ilario Center. We're out in that area.
Great area too. A lot of growth going on there.
A lot of green space. That is our area for expansion in the parish.
Jerry, JEDCO, your website is www.jedco.org.
Correct.
What if, as a small businessman, or what does the site offer to me as far as the services JEDCO provides?
Sure. The website gives you a snapshot of all of the various services that we offer, but an example of some of the things you might find on our website would be overview of the various incentives that a business might be able to take advantage of, site selection help. Oftentimes we're working mm-hmm. with businesses that have either outgrown the space that they're operating in currently, or they're looking for larger space, mm-hmm. or they're looking to come into the market. We can help them with site selection, and they mm-hmm. can find sites on our website. Demographic information, reports on businesses, the various major businesses that we have operating in Jefferson. All of that is mm-hmm. available.
So it's
on our
more.
website.
My point is, it's more than new companies coming into the area. As an existing company, there's a wealth of information that I can just find on your website. Sit down with the people, the staff.
Absolutely, and I would tell you that probably 80% of our focus at Jedco is working with our existing businesses, our small businesses, and that's our focus, is to make sure that they have the resources available to them that will foster their growth in Jefferson. We always tell companies when they do move into the parishes, we're their partner for the long term, and they can come to us and find that assistance, whether it be on demographics or tax incentives or financing programs. We do a lot of financing in-house. We try and be that clearinghouse for small business in Jefferson Parish.
Jerry, they're getting ready to throw a cup at me. I've got to wrap it up. But again, congratulations on just a phenomenal 2013. We look forward to having you back on the show many, many more times in 2014 to talk about all the great things going on with Jedco. You guys do a great service, and I don't think we'd be where we are today without you. So I appreciate you taking time coming in.
Always great to be here, and thanks for Cox for their support.
We're greatly glad to do it. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And we're going to have Todd Murphy, who is the president and CEO of the Jefferson Chamber of Commerce. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Great show today, and I'm so glad you're joining us. We are so happy to have our good friend Todd Murphy with us today. Todd is the president and CEO of the Jefferson Chamber of Commerce. And Todd, just what an incredible year the Jefferson Chamber has had. It's like I was talking with Ben from the New Orleans Chamber.
Right.
I say congratulations to you because I think congratulations comes from the top. You, your staff. I think you've just, not that the chamber needed to be turned around, but I think you've turned the chamber into a direction that it's never gone before, and I think you're just having an incredible job. I think the parish sees it. I think people recognize that. I think businesses recognize that. It's like the Jefferson Chamber is on this roll. I guess you're the saints of the chambers.
Well, we've certainly kicked it up a notch, and just what a passionate board we have. We have a very large board of 55 business leaders from around Jefferson Parish, but the passion, the enthusiasm, the commitment to make our chamber relevant is just amazing, and we've seen that in 2013.
Well, I think you just said the key word, passion. I think that passion starts with you, and I think you drive that passion. I've been blessed to have lived here for 24 years now, and I see the chamber doing things now that you've never done before. And let's talk about 2013, some of the successes that you've had.
Well, certainly we were very active in public policy. We were very active in Baton Rouge and worked on several different initiatives, including keeping some of the economic tax incentives to grow this area, putting capital funding and money into community and technical colleges. 60% of the jobs in this region are between a high school diploma and a 4-year degree, and so we thought it was important to support some of that legislation to help community and tech colleges. And as a result, I think of all of that advocacy, we earned our 4-star accreditation with the U.S. Chamber, and we were named Chamber of the Year for the state of Louisiana. And it's a testament to our volunteers just getting engaged and doing what we thought was right for advocacy for our parish.
Well, congratulations on that. 2014, where do you see the new year carrying you?
Well, the new year, we're obviously working now on some plans for the legislative session and just how we get engaged. We think that higher ed will certainly be a priority in helping to push some pro legislation to help higher ed, and particularly UNO and LSU as our flagship for higher ed purposes. But we're also looking at a lot of parish issues like Fat City, and how do we move that to the next level. The Severn Corridor renovation and upgrade that's going to be done there, and how that ties in to Fat City, and then areas of the West Bank, and how do we leverage this expansion of the Huey P. Long Bridge to really grow the West Bank and to bring commerce into West Bank.
Your website is jeffersonchamber.org.
Correct.
I, as someone who's looking at the website, I'm going to find information about the chamber, programs the chamber offers, how to become a member of the chamber, because the one thing I want our audience to know is there's a lot of benefits for being a member of the Chamber.
Sure.
Chamber's not just big business. Chamber's backbone is small business. And I mean, if you want to get involved in all the things you're talking about, you really need to be a member. And it's just, I mean, it's so worthwhile. But the website gives information on how to join the Chamber.
JeffersonChamber.org. It talks about all of those things that we do for business. And yes, 70% of our members we consider small businesses. They have less than 50 employees. And so that's really the lifeblood of our organization. In fact, you know, I would say the majority of our businesses probably have less than 20 employees. And so that's really what we work on is how do we grow businesses and how do we retain them here. And we have all the typical Chamber events, but very involved in creating that better business environment.
Well, Todd, again, congratulations on what a phenomenal year you've had. Best of success going forward. We look forward to having you back many, many times to talk about all the good stuff that's going on with the Chamber.
Thank you.
Todd Murphy, President and CEO of Jefferson Chamber of Commerce. When we come back, Michael Hecht is going to be here. Michael is the President and CEO of Greater New Orleans, Inc., and you know Michael by name and you'll know him by face when we come back. He's got a lot of great information to share. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. We've had a great show today, and we're so fortunate to have all four of our guests in the studio, but we are most fortunate to have a gentleman that I know you've seen on TV from time and time again, Michael Hecht. Michael is the President and CEO of the Greater New Orleans, Inc. Michael, thank you so much for taking time to be with us today.
Thanks, Steve.
It's a great ending for what I call a great show. And as with the other three guests, Michael, the one thing that I personally think that helps more than anything is there's no competition between you four guys. All three guys have talked about the partnerships together, and I know you would probably say the very same thing about the other three gentlemen.
Absolutely. When I talk about our competitive advantages today, number one is our teamwork. It starts with the governor, goes all the way down. I challenge you to find anywhere in America that's as aligned and energized and able as our team is today. And when we talk to companies, talk to site selectors, they say nowhere else in America has that sense of unity of purpose that we have right now. And so, you know, we lose it at our peril because it really is one of our great strengths right now.
Yeah, well, 2013, congratulations on the job that you and your team have done. It has been a phenomenal year for New Orleans, Greater New Orleans, Inc. Talk about 2013, some of the highlights you've had, and then where you see Greater New Orleans, Inc. and New Orleans going in 2014.
Sure. Well, 2013 really was an outstanding year because I was worried that 7-8 years after Katrina, things would start to slow down, the money would start running out, the energy would start attenuating. But actually what's happening is that we're accelerating. In business development, we're seeing more companies over a more diverse spectrum of industries than ever before. So you're getting wins like Smoothie King deciding to pursue its global IPO right here in Jefferson. You're seeing Dyno Nobel, major industrial projects. We have about $45 billion worth up and down the river. Technology companies are coming here. We're actually the fastest growing technology market in America. Forbes said top 3 places that are winning tech: number 1, Silicon Valley; number 2, San Francisco; number 3, the Greater New Orleans region.
Wow.
It's remarkable. Then on policy, we have exciting new policy coming online like our Meta Fund, which should do for biomedical in the state what the digital media incentive has done for technology. And nationally, it's interesting, this national flood insurance problem, which is a critical issue, we're going to solve it, and it's being led for the nation by us right here in Greater New Orleans. We now have a coalition, over 200 organizations, 27 states nationwide to fix this for America. So now Louisiana is being a leader. So 2013 has been a great year. Biggest problem is not enough hours in the day.
And we've taken more hours from you right now.
No, this is great. Spreading the gospel is great, and you and Cox, you've been a great part of this, a real team player. So.
Well, 2014 is the other three gentlemen talked about just keeping the success going. That's probably the biggest challenge that they face in 2014. Same thing, same feeling here?
Well, absolutely. We've had incredible progress, probably the quickest turnaround, economic turnaround in our lifetime. But I always say to people, progress is not yet success. And so our task for the next 2 to 5 years is to consolidate these gains and ensure that this progress becomes a sustained plateau of a better economy, better quality of life. To do that, I think our biggest challenge is critical mass. Critical mass of people, critical mass of companies, because once that flywheel starts turning, it'll perpetuate itself into the future.
Michael, just an update on the medical center and everything that's going on in that area.
Absolutely. Well, the cranes are very much in the sky. The buildings are going up. What people have been focusing on the University Medical Center, and it's going to be an outstanding facility, and the Meta Fund that we developed will make it a center of excellence maybe for neurology neurology. But the VA that's being built there, the biggest VA in the country currently under construction, is going to be a regional center of excellence for our veterans. And that's incredibly important because of the importance of veterans to our country, but also brain trauma, TBI. We're seeing it not just from war veterans, but also even NFL players, and we can become a center of excellence there too.
Well, Michael, they're giving me the cue that it's time to go. Listen, I can't thank you enough for coming in. It's been a phenomenal show. I think we've learned more about the Metro New Orleans area in the last 30 minutes than we have in the entire year. So again, thank you for the phenomenal job you and Greater New Orleans Inc. have done in promoting the city and getting the city the recognition that we so richly deserve. You've been watching Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer. Again, we thank you for being with us today, and we say, as always, we'll see you next time.